Hello? Oh, come on, that loaded early. Oh. Oh, that is bad loading time. Wow, okay, that is... Okay, hold on. We got to save. Close. We think? Does that help any? Doesn't look like... Why is it barely functioning now? Of all times, also we see that ping, that's snooping as usual, I see. Great. Ugh, it is humid out. Is something with our storage? No, we have more storage than we normally have. We specifically cleared it up for streaming. What is with the... Okay, hold on. Why is there always a technical issue or something? At the very least, we still have our voice. Why are you so slow? Let's see, there are less tabs open than usual. We'll close this one though. Is it something to do with the Deltarune tabs? Might be. Let's close all those. There we go. How's that? Nope. Okay. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. No. Keep you around. Because we need you for some other project. Like, okay, so, no upsetting news. You know how we didn't stream the other day because we wanted to edit a video? Well, bad news. That night we only got one cut in. Yay, we had one cut. Isn't that just fantastic? One cut. We did a lot more work yesterday and today, but still, that does not speak great of our executive function and mental health. Then again, we're not really used to editing. We've only edited a few times, and they were for much shorter projects. We're planning on cutting down one of our streams into one big video. So hopefully that works out. It's going to be a ton of work just to get the skeleton in. Also, it put us into the mindset of how much we tend to stammer. If you don't know what a stammer is like a stutter, but instead of going like this, it's like stammer. Or, you know, you say something like you want to complete a thought, you haven't quite completed it yet, so you say something afterwards in order to fill in the space. That's how we understand it. Seriously, why is it so choppy? Is it on your end too, viewers? Ugh. Okay. Okay. Why is there so much bugginess? And it looks like we're out of viewers. No viewers, all gone. We haven't even connected our headphones because this is a just chatting stream. We don't actually need to listen to anything. It says here that our microphone's coming through. Just to double check, our mic's on, right? We're gonna keep talking regardless. Oh, come on. Why is it like this? Hold on. Let us just... We're just gonna close and reopen it real quick. We've had way more tabs open than this. We've had way less space on our computer than this. Nope, that's Deltarune. Right. Sorry, they're in similar places. Let's see if that helps any. Oh no, it's still going to be choppy. Why is our computer running so slow? Apparently it is. Still checking to see if the microphone's still set up right. Okay, it looks like it is by all kinds of metrics, but yes, we're going to keep trying to edit a video. This mouse scrolling is probably going to get annoying after a second, isn't it? Okay, that's just great. No Donkey Kong game is coming out. There was a direct for it. And a tiny little child, Pauline. Very adorable, very cute. Huh. Like, our food stamps ran out today. Actually. So we've been relying on a food pantry, which doesn't have many great things. Like, for example, for our drink, we're alternating from tap water and contadina tomato sauce, Roma tomatoes to be specific. Wow, that is choppy. That is honestly painful to look at. Well, maybe not for the viewer, just sort of cheap and hackneyed, but like for us, it's hard to look at because it's like we want to make our streams the best they can possibly be, and this is counterintuitive to that. You know? Tomato sauce. We swear, lately it doesn't matter what we drink, whether it's water, soda, energy. Well, actually not the energy drink, but whatever we drink seems to just make us more thirsty, at least in the short term. That includes the tomato sauce, which we're treating as a drink because, like, our food is Girl Scout cookies, I think. So yes. Imported. Not sure how it ended up here. It's been pricey. So yeah. Sorry, just planking at the moment. Just sort of not sure. Just things have been a bit tough at the moment for obvious reasons. So yeah, Sorry, just typing something out somewhere else. Hard to talk and type at the same time. Yeah. Our hyperfixation on Deltarune is fairly strong, all things considered. Great. Looks like everything on our end kind of worked at the moment. We don't want to restart our computer because that means, like... Yeah. Just... Things are generally very difficult at the moment. More difficult than they usually are, anyways. Like, we don't have the worst life in existence. Overall, we're pretty content. It's just that when you have to deal with excess bureaucracy and the fact that you don't have a nice, comfortable bed to sleep on, it's a bit hard to process, you know? Yet somehow we manage to be optimistic and see through it all. I don't know how we managed to do it. It's almost just how optimistic we can tend to be. Seriously, why is it running so slow? Normally it doesn't run that slow. What's happening with it? La 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 la. I'm impressed, I'm impressed. Right. Display some storage. Is there something for performance on this computer? Performance. Set the power on for best energy efficiency. Alright. Just things are generally very tiring right now. It's hard to process everything that happens, you know? Just trying to think. You know a magic deck we want to get at some point? We want, like, we only have one commander deck, but we want to try and get a classic, we want to make our own version of a classic pauper deck, which is Goblin's Combo. If you don't know it, well, if you don't know Magic the Gathering, we're not going to be able to explain it to you. That's a lot. But, yeah. It's a combo where you get Putrid Goblin, which is a 2/2 Undying, Skirt Prospector, which has sacrifice a goblin, add 1 red mana. And first day of class, which has a bunch of text. First of all, well, until end of turn, creatures you control have haste, and enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Now, no wait, Putrid Goblin doesn't have Undying, it has Persist. That's an important part of the combo. You see, +1/+1 counters up the power and toughness of your creature. However, what Persist does is that when the creature dies, it returns to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter. However, the way that counters work, if it enters with a +1/+1 counter and leaves with a -1/-1 counter, then it just persists again and when it next dies, because the 2 counters cancel out, so it has no counters on it. So you can kill it and 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 kill it infinitely. And combined with a Scared Prospector, that means infinite red mana. And there's usually a power source at common that's also a goblin. Flame Wave Invoker, where you can spend 7 mana to deal 5 damage to an opponent. There's also Makeshift Munitions, which lets you sacrifice a creature to deal 1 damage. Oh, for 1 mana. So that's an infinite combo right there, and that's Magic the Gathering, baby. But yes, nothing has been going to plan as of late. But nothing has, you know. So thankfully, some friends gave us some cash recently, like today, because our food stamps aren't working at the moment. So we're just hoping everything goes right on that front. Why is it so choppy? What is this? Connection's good on OBS's end. There's nothing wrong with OBS. But OBS also... It's weird. It's like for some aspects our computer is running super slowly, and for others it's working like a charm. It's weird. I guess the weird choppy look does look a little cool, we guess. But like, it's not what we want, you know? It makes us look a bit stop motion, you know? But ultimately we want to move normally. What's going on? What's going on with our computer? I guess. Sorry, there's some other people here. They shouldn't be an issue. They probably don't even care. Well, most likely don't even care. They'd probably come by and ask. But yeah, there's some people over there, so if we're talking at a somewhat low volume, don't mind it. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, brain is stuttering at the moment. Just stuttering, you know? Sorry, brain is stuttering again because there's not really much in terms of feedback happening right now. A viewer! Oh no, we feel like Tenna. Just like, please stay, please stay, please stay. Please stay, please, 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 please. Damn it. Okay. Come on. These imported Girl Scout cookies are Trefoils, iconic shortbread cookies inspired by the original Girl Scout recipe. That's what it says on the box. You know what we've been wanting to do more? Talking about the midnight feature presentation at the beginning of the stream and not just at the end of it. Probably when we become more professional about all this, if we become more successful from all this too, we'll probably be able to do that. Wow, that was a glitch. Okay, we're sick of looking at it and there's not many people watching right now. Okay, so hopefully you're just here for our voice because otherwise... Look at this frame rate. Okay. If asked. Refer the model if asked. Okay, great. Seriously, what is with it tonight? We're not sure what we can do in order to optimize it. Values and performance. Display. We'll take the recommended resolution. Okay. We're not sure what we can do. We're just looking at it and wondering, what did we do? What did we do? Don't think it's... We're not sure what's happening here. Like, we're hoping for like a person to come in and like talk, message in the chat. That way we have something to work with, or at the very least an actual audience to bounce off of and interact. That's a big problem with starting out as an artist. An artist is nothing without an audience, and when you're starting out, you have to work for an audience. So you're starting at the hardest part of it. Like they say art is easy. They're wrong, of course, but even if that were true, just getting there is the hardest part. Like, brain is sort of struggling at the moment. So, we're just hoping we have like a viewer eventually. Yes, we're feeling a lot like Tenna from Deltarune Chapter 3, and that we're just like brain is struggling to come up with something. Sorry, we're just struggling to think of what to talk about. Why do we keep doing chatting streams? It's always a bad idea. Because, like, either some technical nonsense happens or there's no audience to chat with, or both. It's hard to do a chatting stream when there's no one to chat to. It's just okay. It's just really difficult at the moment. Bum 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 ba da dum. Ba na 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 na. La 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 la. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big. Bum 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 Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Bum 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 ba dum bum. Dun 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 dun. Now you might be wondering, hey, if you know that this stream's not going to go well, why stream it in the first place? Which is a very good question, and we'll answer it. Because, we missed a day, and we don't want to miss more days, or else we'll make a habit out of missing streams. If we make a habit out of missing streams, well, obviously, we won't stream. And if we don't stream, we just get further away from our dreams, So you have to just weather through these awkward, empty streams so you can get a foot in the door. So you can just get something out of it, Well, the good news is, we have been getting views on a lot of streams. Not like a ton, but we've been getting some. Sorry. Just make us laugh. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-bum. As you can tell, we have a lot of adultery on the mind. If you follow our Tumblr, which you can find in the description, you'll also notice that. Where's our? There's our Tumblrs. Yeah. We could read something. Yeah, why not? Let's read something. Sure. Why the hey not? Let's just... Why the hell not? Let's just read something. What shall we read? A classic. The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. That way we can compare and contrast years from now when we're, well, if not successful, then at least better at this. And compare it to how we're reading now. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I uttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my book's case of sorrow, surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, satin certain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact that is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what is there at is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more. Open here," I flung the shutter, then with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore, not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a busted palace just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stirred decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim, an ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed to sing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust of his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather when he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. And then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock in store, coupled some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster